I can't even look at them. I've been avoiding her for the last 3 days. I'll be very honest with you. Working with Lynn, I don't even know why I'm crying already. Okay. Alright. Honestly, working with Lynn Paula has been my favorite part about working at Mead. 8 years ago, we were put into an arranged marriage. They said, you're getting this new teacher from elementary, and she's going to be your co-teacher, and you're going to have to do everything together. And then I met her the first day of school. So if you co-teach, you know that you can't step on each other's toes, you can't argue with the kids in front of them, all of the things that happen in a marriage where you're feeling each other out. But she was the perfect balance to my type A teaching. Because if you know Lynn Paul, she is anything but type A. She is literally type Z if they had it. So it was unbelievable. When Lynn and I started working together, I was single and childless, and she was not yet a Gigi. And so when she walked into the room and she was like, hey girl, I knew immediately that her and I were going to be friends. She was not only my friend, but she has been a mentor, a counselor, an advice giver. She's been an inspiration, and she has been wonderful. So if you have not built a relationship with her, you have missed out. But I'm sure every person in this room has a relationship with her, because if you meet her one time, you feel like you are her long lost sibling, friend, cousin, sister. Her and I have gone through a lot of changes in 8 years. We have celebrated kind of milestones at the exact same time. So we have celebrated marriages together. And so Lynn was there, and I was able to witness her celebrating Orion marrying Rebecca and gaining a new sister, or getting a new daughter, sorry. And then she was there to witness Jeff and I getting married. Lynn also dominated our dance floor at our wedding. She danced with Kyle. Kyle has a list of things he does at a wedding. You should ask him about that later. But Lynn dominated the dance floor at a wedding, and of course our DJs were also hired by Lynn, who were former students of Larry Paul, which you'll see as a theme. Then we also celebrated babies together, so I was lucky enough to witness Lynn becoming a Gigi and seeing that happen, and then she also has another one on the way. She was also there to help me become a mom for the first time, even though I did not have a natural, at-home, doula, water childbirth, and I was in a hospital with as many drugs as they would give me. We were still able to bond about those kinds of things. We also celebrated moves. Lynn tried to find the balance about being excited and both a little bit sad about her children moving, and she kind of worked through that with me, and then she also helped me work through Jeff being both excited and very sad about leaving the city. So all of these things kind of happened in our lives at the same time, so it was really interesting. Seeing Lynn's approach on life and the way that she looks at things has actually changed the way that I have looked at things and looked at students. I don't know why it's so emotional, but it is. Having a relationship with Lynn has become the mom that every person wishes that they had, and she is that for all of her students. Talk amongst yourselves, okay. I wanted to give a glimpse into what it is like to teach with Lynn Paul. So every morning she comes into my room and it's, oh, good morning, how are you? What'd you do this weekend? And then I tell her, and then I ask her, what did you do? Then at that moment I realized that I do not live my best life. Lynn Paul lives her best life. She is, let's see, Larry and I went to the city to see a show. Larry and I went to a concert. We went to a play. We went to the Cubs game. We sat next to Bill Murray. We went to this new restaurant. Oh, we biked to Michigan. Oh, this weekend, Larry was in Egypt. Cool. Jeff and I did nothing. Most of these stories somehow end up with Lynn and Larry running into a former student that they had not seen in years, and they spend the entire night hanging out with them because that is the kind of people that they are. So I don't know why it's upsetting to know that she's leaving school, because I know that we'll have a relationship beyond this. Lynn is also my work mom, if you didn't notice. She can walk into a room and instantly notice if I'm feeling sick and comes back with cough drops, tea, an essential oil that is sure to cure any symptom that I have, and then also a list of like remedies that I should try at home and where I should get the items. She takes care of all of us. And I was saying earlier today that it feels kind of weird because it's like our mom is leaving us and that like we're on our own. It's this weird feeling. Lynn also loves to make connections to what we're reading in class. So as we're teaching and we're talking about it, Lynn gives a little glimpse of who she is to all of her students. Like the time that she told them all about the time Larry and her picked up a hitchhiker while driving, learned his life story, and remained pen pals with him for years to come. Or how she was at a train station and she saw boys selling candy bars and she's like, "Where's your mom?" And then she took them to McDonald's and had a conversation with them. Or any homeless person she meets, she doesn't just give them money, she sits and asks them their story. And that is the type of person that Lynn is. Page 2. Everyone in this room knows that you do not go into teaching to make a lot of money. You become the difference in students' lives, and Lynn has done that. She takes a vested interest in every student she has. She wants to understand their culture, their interests, their challenges, their home life, but what's most important to me is she asks about their stench. She has explained deodorant to every student we've ever had in every different language, and it is unbelievable. Thank you. She's also known to make house calls to these students. She goes to their homes to help better understand their home life, and she also stays for dinner. So she really goes above and beyond what she should do. The juxtaposition of Lynn Paul is what makes her so lovable. She tells me all the time to eat. Well, she's on the Whole30 organic only, sugar-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, grain-free, caffeine-free diet. She can also remember every student she has ever had, but still cannot remember what time a period ends. She can recite. I'll meet with my next guided reading group. No, you won't, Lynn. There's 1 minute left. She can recite the entire Raven, but still gets lost in the Mead neighborhood on a regular basis. Like I said, Lynn is one of a kind, and working with her every day is going to be something that I'm going to miss. And so, we love you. But because she's so great, we all have something that we'd like to share about Lynn.
So one of Lynn's greatest projects, maybe one of her greatest headaches, is the Mead's Got Talent showcase that she plans at the end of the school year. She starts planning this extravaganza until like August 20th. Like she sees a kid in the hallway like, "Sweet Halloween costume, you should be in Mead's Got Talent. Oh my gosh, you have a lunch day? Great, you should be in Mead's Got Talent. I really like your shoes, that's Mead's Got Talent material, you should sign up." She loves to see students shine and put themselves on display, and she takes pride in other people's accomplishments and finds entertainment in the littlest things. But we can't overlook Lynn's own talents that she would be able to showcase to the school had she been up on the stage. So some of her many talents include a recipe that she makes for us every year called Christmas kale. It's this very strange but delicious mixture of dehydrated kale, nutritional yeast. We're like, okay, after that we don't want to know what's in it. But she makes it for us every year, and as someone who loves Christmas as much as I do, a little bit of Christmas. I did name it. I named it Christmas kale. But the holiday season just won't be the same without you this year. Also, a talent for Natalie touched on this. Her newly established and frequently changing health regimen. So, like, are we drinking coffee? Is coffee on the way out? Is tea have enough too much caffeine to keep her up at night? Is there enough? Matcha. Okay, well that's gonna help her on her bike ride. So it's always changing. We never know what we should be eating or drinking. Her ability to concoct the perfect essential oil mixture for your ailments. She always has peppermint, lavender, and lemongrass on hand for your headaches, hunger, or hangover, whatever you're coming to school with that day. She has amazing dance moves that she would display on Mead's Got Talent. She's got a fist pump, she can Dougie, she can electric slide. It's never looked so cool until Lynn hits the dance floor. And then finally she has, her talent is her love of students and also the people who teach them. She is someone who loves out loud, and no matter what kind of day you are having, she's always there to offer advice, a hug, support, and a laugh. So Lynn will be passing the torch for Mead's Got Talent in 2 days. But one talent Mead's not got is the legacy and love that is Lynn Paul, and we're going to miss her very much.
was Kim was saying, I don't think you understand how delicious the Christmas kale is. I look forward to it every year. I'll miss it every year. And one of the things that, she's so convincing, she's so loving, one of the things that she kind of brought to us during team meeting was this hydroponic plant. And it was like, oh, you should use it, you grow it in your backyard, it's great. And I'm thinking, oh, that sounds interesting, maybe I'll try it. Tell me more about it, Lynn. Oh, it's only $200. You got, Lynn, I'm sorry, $500. And she almost got me, but it also got me thinking, she always showed me pictures of her backyard, how beautiful it is. And it also got me thinking, what else is she growing in her backyard? She can get us to potentially purchase this $500 hydroponic plant. Okay. But the one thing that I do regret with Lynn is I only got to teach with her for 1 year. She was a co-teacher with me. It was a fantastic year. Natalie stole it from me, and it's just one thing that I regret. I'll miss her terribly. She was like another mom for me, and definitely, I know that I speak for everyone that we'll all definitely miss her.
Okay, Lynn, girl. How are you? You need a whiskey? I'm fine. You're good, okay. Okay, and this is my first speech ever, so bear with me. But I wrote, it's crazy to think how you can work with someone for 2 years, and I started thinking, and I wanted to be a math SST, so y'all know, but so 2 school years is not like 2 whole years. It's really only like, 180 days, and then times 2. So not even knowing for 2 full years how much you've impacted and hearing what everyone is saying, it's sad. You're such an important part of our team, but okay. Anyways, so in these 2 years, I met someone that has become such a close friend, someone who has reminded me why I truly enjoy working with students that we know need so much support. I transitioned to Mead from elementary hoping for a change of pace, hoping to feel less stressed and happy in my job, and meeting you and working with you has brought that back for me. You were so welcoming, you brought me right into the team, or as you guys can see, a family. You've always supported me that first year. Whether it was giving me background on the story we were reading, explaining poetry to me, or creating all those amazing slideshows to use along with those super easy 8th grade stories like The Raven, or The Medicine Bag. What was in that medicine bag? We'll never know.
Whatever Lynn was growing in her garden.
I'll never forget our discussions about what makes our students feel empowered, cared for, and successful. You always help me remember that the structure we're supposed to follow may not always be what's in a spiral given to us, but what's in our hearts and by what the students tell us that they need. Through their smiles on their faces and through their voices, when they can understand, discuss, and really enjoy a story. You always seem to do that with the students. Never forget what impact you made on children throughout your whole life, not only in school, but in the community, your church, and with Orion and Caleb. I just want to say thank you for being such an amazing coworker, friend, and a mom to me. I'll miss you dearly, but I know we'll keep in touch.
Sorry, just bear with me for a minute. I know we're LA people, we write essays, and it ends up being way too long. I'll shorten this down. Everyone who has worked with Lynn knows she has a heart of gold. She is truly a humanitarian and the most compassionate person that I know. She has an adventurous spirit and has traveled far and wide to educate kids around the world. She worked in the Dominican Republic for years, teaching underprivileged children. When District 54 was lucky enough to acquire her, she first taught at Dirksen for several years. Then we were blessed to have her at Mead for the last 7, I believe. 9, I'm sorry. Just time flies with Lynn. Then, she made our bilingual kids feel loved always, and she had a lot of accomplishments. She got a Those Who Excel award for her work with bringing Spanish-speaking families to the food pantry. She always advocated for every single one of her students, making phone calls home, making sure that they were safe and all of their needs were always met. Like when she fought for a student with hearing difficulties and scheduled him a doctor's appointment on her own time to get him the hearing aid he needed to be successful. Or how she reached out to parents to inform them about the community closet and other facilities that her students needed. So she doesn't just help out at Mead. A lot of people don't know of all the things she does outside of work, which I wanted to highlight. So she currently is housing 2 people in her house, a young woman, Dynamis, who is a doctor in Africa and is coming here to study to be a pediatrician. So she's housing her, and a young man, Anthony, with special needs, helping him get back on his feet. And she always, wears her heart on her sleeve and inspires us all. So everyone at Mead will miss your fun-loving spirit, and we know you and Larry will be off on your next big adventure very soon. We love you.
Thank you guys. Oh, Lynn, do you speech?
Oh, no, I'm just so thankful. I have to thank Pete Hannigan. Where is he? He didn't come today. Pete. All right, who did you invite me? I told Pete when I was working at Dirksen and he got the job at Mead, I said, Pete, if there's any opening at middle school, let me know, because I might want to do middle school for the end of my career. And he said to me like 2 weeks later, okay, Lynn, I have a job in EL. Do you want it? I need to know at noon. And I was like, dude, I need to go see it. I got all nervous about leaving Dirksen, and I said, I don't think I want it. He's like, you're going. Be quiet. So I want to thank really Pete Hannigan for giving me the opportunity to come to Mead and do middle school, because I love this position. It fits me so well, and I've loved teaching novels and thank you. I loved all of you. It's been awesome. Thank you.
Thank you guys all for coming, and the retirees. Sorry so much. Dessert is available, and talk amongst yourselves. Thank you guys.